Well, hello there guys, and welcome. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are, ready to grind a bit. No Regal Master is active though, but I do need to do an arena stream today and tomorrow in the morning probably. So I will. I took a bunch of champions to rank 2 by the way, because I had a whole bunch of rando rank up gems just chilling there. So Grabs, Scotty, user 1267, everybody else lurking there. Truth Comic, this is a real test. Is Truth Comic there? I don't think so. You buying that Fiddy package? What Fiddy package? What anymore? I don't know what you're talking about. There is ability that I can fail. Also locked. That is a fairly quintessentially unique problem for you, Scott, isn't it? Being locked. You poor baby. Yes, I already made an uploaded video on that. Ankit, you're slow. I made a video on it just before I went live. Haha, didn't see this coming, yeah? But because they say extended season, there's a special thing about extended season. Are the season rewards after the second meta or third one? That's like a big question that I have for Kabam there. Yeah, I think that offer is gonna stay in store forever. I think it's just like the unit offer for leveling. You can buy it whenever, should you feel like it. I should put on boosts. When I get to rank 4 7 stars, then I'll put on the boosts. I am in the most disgustingly desperate need for tier 4 alphas I have ever been in my life. Even this offer is kind of disgustingly bad in a sense. It offers you 0 tier 4 alphas. You have 5 tier 7 basics. No tier 4 alphas. What's up, Pavel? Как дела? Subcycle reverse. Check this out. How am I? Just fine. Could be better, but you know. Let's use Damarcus the Maker. His rotation is level 1, level 2, right? Oh, and a perfect place to test this. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Kate's gonna be rocking that thing. Probably. Oh shit, I should not have thrown that. Whatever. That is such a nuke quest though. Pile meta is going to be a massive nuke quest. Absolutely. Okay, oh wait, I needed heavy with him. I don't think I have ever used the Maker in a fight. Oh, right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, but she needed to be cornered for me to shoot well enough. Yeah, whatever. New Mojo emoji looks good at least. Yeah. But again, I do want to know what's the deal with the extended season, when exactly which meta is going to decide the rewards. Because it's kind of unclear to me at the very least. Inspired worth awakening gem rank 4? Yep. Si, senor. I'm gonna have to give him a gem too, but I don't have a mystic gem. I don't think so, because Kabam specifically talk about extended solo event for the rewards in the extended part of the season, basically, don't they? So I don't think it is as straightforward. I don't think it is, oh, BG just last 6 weeks and here are 3 metas. I think basically what's going to happen, yeah, you dick. It's gonna be a regular season of 4 weeks, and then instead of a 1 week off season, we're gonna have the extended season, I think. And for fixed 22k sensor shards as the reward. Well, that just means that I'm probably gonna do like a stream to test out the waters, but I don't feel like I'm gonna want to particularly explore that thing. Really? 22k sensor shards as the reward? Really? Sure. And some units? There are units in the rewards too? Where did you hear the rewards, by the way? Okay, now there are units in. I mean, that's not a lot of units. The only good thing about beta is you can kind of go YOLO, just put on recalls, max boosts, and, you know, see how the numbers look. Alright. Let's bring in Ashtion, as well as my baby Penny, as well as this chat. You're welcome, Powell. By the way, for the quick and straightforward answer. How to get peace for start. I'm sure they will give us exact breakdown on how to get pieces, because they normally did for the Deathless Champions too, right? Ah, he did. I'm just happy to hear that Kabam is gonna get their account unbanned by the next stream. I don't know. In unit deals, specifically not too many, like 3 maybe. All right. I forgot who am I up against. Halloween, yeah, no, 21st I think is when it starts, right? So yeah, something like that. Alright, anyways, let's go to the rank 4s. And let's activate some boosts, because why not? I have a whole bunch of these. 6 rank 3 in unit deals? Really? Well, maybe we're gonna get a bunch this time around too, but I don't see it being that much. The Coliseum is interesting. Coliseum is kind of interesting, you are right. Hi, Evo. Never getting a tune-up. You stupid sardine. What's up, Adam?
Shut up and take my money.
Thank you very much, Adam. I think my AI that typically reads out, well, the bot that typically reads out the messages got the spirit of your donation. No message. Just watch lots for free. Cheers. Cheers to you too, buddy. Appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed. Additionally, got some spare tier for alphas. Tier for alpha is a massive bottleneck resource right now, I think. Because you need them for rank 3s and rank 4s. And Kabam has never really opened them up so much. We adding to the spreadsheet today? Sure. Who should we add? Yeah, actually we need to get better at adding to the spreadsheet. Who do you have in mind? When am I gonna post next PG season 7Ps? When do you want? We can negotiate. But I do need some clarification. I mean, I can go through meta by meta, but for me personally, I'm still kind of uncertain whether it's the second or third meta that's gonna effectively determine your season placement. Yeah. It's slightly unclear to me. Want to chat on Discord? Let's negotiate. Yeah. Good Shala and Crossbones next. Solid picks.
What's up?
Hello there. What is up? I am up.
Apparently, I haven't got a chance to watch your video on that deal, but that's kind of crazy.
It is a dumb deal, man. It is a dumb deal.
That's like so good to the point where like I've been taking a little break. I was like, I bought it whenever I started seeing it in the line check because like me, I don't even think like I wanted to spend the 50, but I felt like it was one of those things where they might have not even supposed to put that good of a deal up. You know what I mean?
It's one of those deals where if you don't get it, you definitely feel like you're missing out because it's unlikely that they're gonna offer anything of remotely similar value in like very long time.
Yeah, like if you, I didn't know. That's what I mean about I didn't know if you said anything in your video about it. If you like did like an estimated amount of what that's worth, but it's worth like hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah. It immediately gave people like 15 7-star crystals, which I know not everybody values a lot, but you know, Kabam does. 5 tier 7 basics, which Kabam definitely values plenty. Like, I don't know, 5 or 7 rank 1 to 2 gems. And also like 5 or 7 rank 2 to 3 gems. That's why crafting is stupid, man.
It was kind of surprising, caught me off guard, especially with Cyber coming up soon. Yo, what's up, Scott? I did get the deal. Yep.
Of course you got the deal. Who are you talking to then?
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one. That's like, I don't care. What
It's like I didn't buy nothing recently, but that thing I did.
Yeah, you almost gotta get that one. That's nuts.
Oh, Kabam's definitely milking in some cash from that.
I mean, stuff like that could help save some of their revenue. Like, those are deals that if they don't come around, like,
They can't do too many of these deals because, like, if you're free to play, like, imagine, like, if you're free to play, like, rank 3s still matter a fair chunk to you, and somebody just got, like, 7 of them randomly, and, like, 2 rank 4s and whatnot.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe it should be more of like a unit purchase then, you know, because it really does kind of gatekeep the people that have pretty decent rosters.
Yeah, exactly, because, like, to you, like, 5 rank 3s ain't that big of a deal. But to somebody who has, like, you know, 10 rank 4s, and, like, 20 or 30 rank 3s, that's massive. Like, that's, like, instantly, like, 2 new rank 4s and, like, 7 rank 3s instantly, plus 15 cents.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, it shocked me. I will definitely say it shocked me, caught me completely off guard.
You know, like, I was sitting there, after the deal came out, after the stream, I was like having a dessert. My wife actually absolutely outdone herself today in the kitchen, by the way. Oh, I am such a lucky man.
Nice.
She made like mega delicious meatballs with mashed potatoes and the sauce and really delicious salad. And then in dessert,
like that we had?
better. It was kind of, but better, even more delicious. And then she made like dessert that was like warm apple type of bread type thing with like kind of like an apple pie with ice cream, basically. Ah, it is so good.
Damn. That sounds nice.
Dude, that's so good. Like kind of apple crumble, but you know, and still warm, and like a side of ice cream and berries. Ah.
Dang. And then you just seen the deal, huh?
No, that was after the deal already. But as I was eating that, all the deliciousness, and when I took a break from, you know, having like gastronomic orgasm, I was thinking, it's like, we used to have aspirational content in game, like, you know, Labyrinth. Most of the people kind of aspired to complete Labyrinth for like, you know, 2 years or something like that, and that was like a long-term goal for people to save up every couple of months, do a lane and stuff. And the same thing with like Abyss, right? Now we have aspirational offers instead. Like, you say aspirational content, now we have aspirational offers. You know, one day my account's gonna be big enough to get the rewards.
Yeah, they started it with the when they introduced the levels above 60, right? That $20 or $30 unit offer where you get units every so many every level.
Yeah. But again, that, you know, was objectively an amazing value for money, but it wasn't anything game breaking. This one is just crazy.
Right. Yeah,
this one hits like a lot more, I think, in the feels.
It's nice. It is nice though.
It is stupidly good deal. It's like the best deal they've ever made. Again, like $50 for like 15 Sandstack crystals and whatnot. It's just... Also, free play realistically should only care about... I disagree with that, because not too long ago in this game, as a free to play player or very low spender, you could actually compete, and that balance was like what made this game kind of good. Because you didn't pay for the ability to crush and destroy everybody in PvP, but you paid for advantage, and not that massive one. You paid for flexibility, how you could pick and choose which champions you have to rank, and if you were free to play, you had to make those selections a lot more carefully and stuff like that. It is getting out of hand though. Because
they've put themselves in a rough situation, honestly. Like, they introduce cosmetics now to try to do revenue when that's something that they should have tested a long time ago when they had good revenue. Like, that's not a good panic move, because most people are not going to invest in it. They're comfortable with paying for the rank up resources that we've been getting for our money.
Yep.
So,
and again, that's kind of the thing. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, like, because again, that was like what I hoped always Kabam, you know, focus their sales strategies on, to sell like kind of like vertical account growth, sorry, like lateral account growth, that vertical one, where like again whales do have like a lot, you know, let's say higher sig levels on champions, and they have, you know, ranked up everybody who wants, but not necessarily everything ahead for like 15 ranks and whatnot. But you know, we'll see. But you know, back to the point. It is stupid good offer, and like, if you are free to play, I can completely understand how this feels shit.
I mean, how many $50? How many units is that, right? Like, they have to monetize it to make money off of it, because yeah, that's rough. They've always kind of put themselves in that situation. Like, I feel bad for free to play players. Like, if you could purchase it with units, it would be great for them, but then Kabam obviously wouldn't get no money off of it.
Of course.
Because most people
are exactly, and then after cash. Yeah. It's been a while since free to play could compete in AWBGs, though it hasn't. Like, a couple seasons ago, there were a couple of free to play players in like C4, and there are still free to play players that consistently make C5. That is getting exceedingly more rare though. But there are still some, like UG for instance, and whatnot. Or like,
there's definitely less.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting less and less, which is a bad thing. But it's not like it's been a while. No, it hasn't been a while. Even right now, basically. If you check out UG, I believe he's completely free to play, or like almost free to play, or whatever. But he's got the time there.
The guy in LVT too. What's his Kai2? He used to be in Noon. He's on YouTube. It's like, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I believe he's free to play. Yeah.
UG is full free to play. Yeah, UG is full free to play, and he's on the margin of like C4, top of C5, basically. He's very, very, very good though.
Yeah, there's definitely a way. There's no, I would say for someone that's free to play with moderate skill, it's definitely not great for them. You have to have like top skill if you're free to play to compete, but I mean, that's just kind of, I feel like it's always been that way though. Like, you've always got like crazy whales and really good alliances because they kind of need that balance of it, but some alliances don't do that. I think that's why GT40 was so dominant for so long.
How quickly I can get 1000 Titan shards? Immediately if you have some Radiance. Do you? Oh, do you have Sigil, Donut Sensei? Because you can use Sigil tokens to get some Titan shards. Do you have any Radiance at all?
Skill is not enough if you face someone that has double the amount of rank force. You need a lot of luck.
No, skill, I mean...
It just kind of depends, though, because like you saw.
It is in many cases, because again, equal luck considered skill can be the determining factor instead of rank 4s. Because if you have the same champions at rank 3, like you obviously don't necessarily. Well, it does matter a lot still, for sure it does. Like, if skill wasn't enough when you face somebody with more rank 4s, then there's no reason why Barrows should be as high consistently. Then there's no, like, what's the best way to put it? You know what's the correlation in between 100 biggest accounts in the game and C5 and above? Virtually non-existent. And you know why is that? Because skill still, you know, it can't, you know, completely offset your account. You still have to have like relatively good, decent account, but skill is the thing. Like, skill matters a lot. Let me just put it like that.
You'd be better with the rank 3 in the match, but the opponent wins with 200 points since he has the rank 4 version. I mean, that is an advantage, but also if you're losing to someone because they're outrank you and it's like a mirror match or something like that, that means they're also skilled too. So it's
yeah, like... and the other thing is that rank 3 to rank 4 matters a lot less if somebody like makes one mistake, and these methods are kind of like designed for it. Or it doesn't matter whether the opponent really has, let's say, rank 3 Dark Phoenix or rank 4 Dark Phoenix. If you don't have counter, you're still gonna get fucked in that fight, even if the rest of your champions are rank 4. So skill matters a ton. Again, don't get me, sorry, account matters a ton. It absolutely does. But there are, like, you know, differences that you can climb over. The things that you cannot escape from is not having the right champions to begin with, which is a big problem, which is why, you know, Kabam getting a lot of exclusive 7 stars that are good is a problem, like Dark Phoenix and, like, you know, Torches and Red Guardians and whatnot. That is a big problem. And, you know, if somebody would have a full deck with rank 4s and you would be playing with rank 2s, you know, and 6 stars, that would be like a massive, massive unbreachable gap. But, you know, it is also like significant advantage when somebody has, like, let's say 20 rank 4s and you have 2. But if somebody has like 50 rank 4s and you have 25 rank 4s, you know, out of whom you bring in 20 in your BG deck and you fill in like the last 10 spots, it's nowhere near as big of a detriment because, you know, Yusafa can't bring in 70 champions in Battlegrounds. He can bring in the 30, which means, you know, at worst, and we're just now starting to see decks full of rank 4s. They're gonna have 30 rank 4s, and most people in, like, who have been playing quite well for a while, even if they are super low spenders, typically would have, let's say, 15, 20 rank 4s in the deck anyways. Or even as free-to-play players, you can see players like 15 rank 4s if they have been consistently grinding Battlegrounds. And that is not that big of a difference, because they will have the crucial, most important things, you know, ranked up. And that's why I'm saying, like, the big kind of difference there is the whales always have had and should have more flexibility in who they rank and who they can bring up and stuff like that. But it shouldn't be, like, completely exclusionary, which again is part of the reason why the New Age Defender design is something that I protest. You should not, you know, lose just because you don't have, like, the perfect Dark Phoenix counter. You should be at a disadvantage, but, you know, all of those are, like, let's say, it's not a yes or no type of question. It's always in kind of like a sliding scale of how much advantage should what give you and how much should what matter.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, I don't know, the game has moved away from free to play. Like, I've watched some of your older videos. The one that I left a comment on about your beard, it's like 3 years old, and you were talking about how, like, Brian, when he took a step back from 4 Loki because the monetization just got out of hand, and it's like continued down that road, and that was like 3 years ago. So
yeah, exactly. And this is like where we live in after, you know, because again, 4 years ago, free-to-play player like Brian could easily keep up with, you know, most of the things as somebody who spent money. Even I spent money, you know, and I back then significantly more than I do now. And I did have a better account, but, you know, by making smarter choices, stuff like that, he was still hanging around in the same realm, basically, for many years. And it just got harder and harder and harder. And now, you know, all of those differences and things have accumulated.
Yeah. Gap gets bigger each year.
Well, the one thing so far in this game that has kind of helped for not it to be completely overwhelming is that each year with the new rank, it effectively kind of resets. Because like right now, the amount of rank 3s, you know, whether I have 50 or 100, it doesn't really matter as much. You know, nobody cares about it. Like, or at the very least, nobody gives a shit at all right now how many 6-star rank 5s I have. And that is the, you know, result of the fact that we do get this rank a year type of thing, and every year at the beginning of the year it effectively resets when the new champion rank gets available. So if Kabam over monetized, let's say 6-star rank 5s at a time, when 7-star rank 3s become the dominant kind of force of the champion, you know, champion level, then it doesn't matter because nobody gives a shit again how many 6-star rank 5s I have ranked right now, and it doesn't offer me any advantage at all whatsoever in any game mode. And Kabam has always had that failsafe in a sense. But the problem is that every year they kind of walk into the same mistakes. Repeatedly so. Like, you know what I mean? Because they do have a chance to fix those things. Like, they had a chance, for instance, with rank 4s to make them feel like more fair, more balanced, more rewarding for free-to-play players and not let the gap kind of like explode. And they didn't. And they had a chance with the 7-star rank 3s, and they didn't. And they had a chance with this, and they didn't. You know what I mean? And you'd think that operating the game for this long, they would have kind of developed kind of like, you know, proper monetization strategy that doesn't feel as predatory as it does, but they just haven't, man.
It's a greed thing too, though. Like, you know, initially they put an offer out and they're like, well, a lot of people bought that, they like that, let's try another one like that, and then they just continue on to do that. So as much as like that big 4th of July that happened a couple years ago, where like you could essentially double someone's account that's been playing for a while happened, that kind of like set the bar to where like people are gonna do it. You can't really stop that, and it's just it sucks for people that are free to play, but the game's just not really at that point.
Yeah.
It's just not there. Like, you kind of got it. I mean, of course you don't have to wail. Like, my argument, you know, is like I've never faced Walt in BGs ever. Like, I've never seen that.
I mean, he's just not interested in that.
Right. But that's what I mean. Like, that guy has a significant advantage over every single person in the game when it comes to his account. But he's not, you know what I mean? He's not like on the leaderboard dominating people with a lesser account. Even though it's just not his interest, he possibly could, you know, I don't know where his skill level's at or anything like that, but it's like Yusafa's the same thing. Like, he doesn't even care for Battlegrounds. He has one of the best rosters in the game.
Oh yeah, I know. And yeah, Kabam has said that we are getting too much free units, and if they adjust arenas, there would be less units. Or increased grind time to acquire the same amount of units. DLL has went further, and he has said that he would like to remove units from arena altogether and make arena obsolete for, you know, endgame players. Which again, in a sense, like, if I trusted Kabam, I personally wouldn't mind, because I'm not eager to grind arena, but I have zero faith that it would work out better for the players. Like, because again, if Kabam took those units that you can earn arena and then added in a different game mode and also made it grindable, but simultaneously, let's say, more fun, something that does have some sort of, let's say, more direct correlation in between the difficulty level and the time you spend grinding it. Like, when the dungeons first appeared, which was, you know, the first version of Incursions, I said, like, this game mode has insanely good potential. Let us, you know, grind it, because it is replayable. And let's say, you know, the higher you climb, the higher you get, you know, the more battle chips you earn for each room, or something like that. You know, so if you win the room 1, you get 1k battle chips, room 2, you know, 1,500 battle chips, whatever. Work out the math in a sense where if I, you know, grind incursions or dungeons, I can get the units that I used to get in Arena, for instance, but I can do it quicker if I play well, for instance. To me, that something like that would be appealing. And I understand it's not for everybody, but I mean, but that is like just one of the ideas which I could see that working, or Kabam at least, you know, giving it a test trial and encouraging players to do that and doing kind of like a soft move from this to that. But they never did. And I have very little faith that Kabam would do that, keeping our interests at heart. You know, that I have zero interest that it wouldn't be, again, over monetized again and players get shafted in one way or another, because that is how often these things work out. Because again, I have like very little desire to be grinding Arena if there would be like a better alternative.
Do you think that I don't? It's kind of hard to like think about it, because I spend most of my time on my main and not my free-to-play account, and like that's the only one I really care about. You know, like tier 1 war and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, like usually after Banquet, when they introduce like the rank 4, and this year will be the rank 5, and then their story content follows. That's like the first one you can get free to play. Usually there's an influx of the reward under that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like rank 5 becomes the new chase, so then you get like a bunch of rank 4 influx, which will kind of help balance people's decks, right?
Well, again, it always does and always has. That is like what I mentioned before. That is like the Kabam's big kind of reset button. But Kabam has never kind of like, you know, took advantage of that properly, and they over monetize the new rank. But yeah, of course, whenever new rank gets available, for instance, you can fully expect tier 7 basics and tier 4 alphas to become significantly more available over the next half a year then. And again, about my thoughts come to how EQ... Yeah, EQ is another good change, like why, you know, we can't necessarily trust Kabam to make things that's better for players, because everything about the new EQ system is kind of bad or worse than it was. Or at the very least, it is perceived right now that way. And a big part of it is because, well, again, number one, Kabam's micromanaging your rewards. You can't really pick and choose what difficulty level you want to push, and you know, you just have to play what Kabam decides, not what you decide you can do, right? That's from the newer player's perspective. From my perspective, it's fucking tedious and boring. Like, it genuinely is. And ultimately, we are at where nobody's happy. Casual players are not happy because they can't pick and choose their challenge. And they, you know, lost something that they can just casually play through and enjoy, because there's not that option anymore in game. And we didn't really gain much, because it's not a content I look forward to playing in the first place now.
Are you talking about that Coliseum thing, or?
No, I'm talking about the Elder's difficulty, because, you know, the comment mentioned it there. Oh, come on, change. And I'm saying, like...
You said EQ, not AQ, sorry.
Yeah.
EQ sucks.
Oh, the fuck? Where did you get unstoppable? But yeah, the EQ, you know, thing is really complete fail. Similarly to how I went over the existence of Titan shards and Titan crystals. Like, I think that's not for the betterment of players. And again, these things, typically what they do have in common is Kabam taking choice away from the players. You know?
Do you think it would be... No, I don't know if that would be the greatest. Do you think it would be... If they're talking about consolidating some of the currencies in the game, do you think they would have been better off making the monthly event quest have like a currency, almost kind of like...
Well, they did. Well, they kind of did anyways, didn't they?
Yeah. To a certain extent, but like if it had a currency like Radiance or whatever, then you could kind of just do whatever.
I'm just fucking tired of currencies. No, like, okay, I am recently starting to have issues with Radiant stores as well, because I got the Radiance, but I had not, like, I can't spend it on the things that I want. But because because of the limit. So I don't know. I don't think choice is good almost always, but there is a bit of there's a bit of, what's the best way to kind of like put it? There is a bit of you lose something when you get Baldur on season rewards, and you get a chunk of Radiance, and that's it. Like, or when you do Alliance War season, you get a chunk of Radiance. That's taken away something. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but I still, someplace, somewhere, at some points, like to see actual kind of rewards,
Right. It's
purely from like dopamine and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's no sort of excitement. There's no opening. It's just like, all right, well, I'm going to buy tier 7.
Yeah, exactly, kind of thing. So that's what I mean. It's kind of like, I like Radiance, and I am full for consolidating in-game currencies and stuff like that. But I do think we need at least a couple of places in the game that give you like actual rewards, not currency.
Right? Pretty soon it's just gonna be like the monthly event quest and story mode. That's
exactly, because like, again, everybody else will get currency, and again, I don't mind currency because I like having agency in deciding, but I do think we need both. I do think we need actual rewards somewhere.
Yeah, that was the other thing that you were talking about on your morning stream too, about that's like with the crystals, how we're at the point where like people they're not excited to open crystals, because the 7-star crystal is just kind of like you're looking for 1 out of 200 champions, and like
and again, that is kind of the result of how 7 stars are entering the game, because again, they have half of the champion, not half, but a significant portion of the champion releases are some sort of event exclusives, which again I do think we need, but I don't think we need like that many champions that are event and pay gated. And again, the fact that any given champion spends like 9 months in a Titan Crystal, and by the time it enters basic, you likely have it if you have been playing the game actively, and at the same time, the whole wait and how long the cycle takes, it definitely has taken away some of the excitement of the game. Because like, Zerafa said, I have zero interest in the basic crystal. Like, Zerafa has like a big account. He's not like a massive whale, but he spends. So he says, I have zero interest in the 10-star crystal. There's like one champion that I maybe kind of need, and I have everybody in Titan Crystal. I have, some of the new champions out as 7 stars, because he, got them from the early access bundles, like 2 of them. And he says, the 4 ones that I don't care for at all. He's saying, like, so I have a bunch of Titan shards that, I stopped opening Titan crystals a while back. I have zero reason to open this cycle of Titan, so I'm going to have to wait like half a year before I actually open something for 7 stars. It shouldn't be like that. And he's not like that big of a whale.
Do you think that they could fix it? Like, I don't know, like, you definitely got me thinking about it when everyone was conversating about it in the chat this morning during your live stream, and if they were to possibly like kick the champions through faster, do you think that would help?
Yeah, because then you don't have time to acquire everybody in the Titan Crystal. If Titan Crystal, again, and that's why I think the Titan Crystal is quite poor right now, because it takes 9 months for a champion to enter the base pool. By that time, you have had more, actively playing, especially if you spend, but even if you don't spend much, like I eventually get just about everybody from Titan Crystal, and I stop opening then when I, get them. And I don't spend much at all in like recent years in the game. And I get just about everybody from the Titan Crystal from cycle to cycle. Right? So if you spend, you definitely get all the champions each cycle if you want. So if I wouldn't have a chance to do that, then more of them would bleed into the base pool. I'd be happier for it. But one of the reasons why they can't do that is also that they release so many champions that are in exclusive pools, man. Like every big sale, we have like this box, and this, and now they're adding a bunch of them like in one lump. But they should have never acquired like a list of 30 or some champions that are effectively unavailable for majority of the time.
Right, that was just their way of monetizing it instead of running them through the Titan at a faster pace and then giving us exciting champions in the Titan.
Well, yeah, but again, so effectively they came up with new currency, which is Titan shards, the new system for Titan crystals, then made it worse by slowing down the cycle from 2 months to 3 months, and that means that the cycle for a champion in that crystal went from 6 months to 9 months. From the time a champion enters the Titan crystal to the time champion leaves the Titan crystal is 9 months. So in case of Okoye, because she kind of came out and she had to wait until she got to enter the Titan crystal, Okoye got released this year at the very first champion, I think, or one of the first champions. And she's entering the base pool in December, so it's nearly a full year until the champion, enters the base pool from the time it got released. It's 6 months more than it used to be. It's not good. That is not good.
Yeah, I think that the Titan pool was only good for people that were like Thronebreaker when that big compensation went out. Because, most of them people barely have a 7-star and then they get a Titan, which they're, pretty much going to get at least a decent champion.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty much the only people.
But again, the thing is, we had a featured hero crystal system where featured hero crystals were more expensive, but they were more exciting, and it was definitely better than this thing is. And Kabam went up and changed it, and they changed, and then they changed it further to make it even worse for players. And think about a world where Titan shards didn't exist, and we had 15k 7-star shards for a 7-star crystal and 25k 7-star shards for a Titan crystal. You pick and choose which crystals you open. There are some filler champions. You remember how new champions often got introduced in the game? Was when they were added in as extras in the feature crystal. So there were the feature champions and there were the new champions added that fresh come out as 7-stars. And that was a system that was much more player friendly. But now the new champions enter typically via some special events, or once in every 3 months in a Titan crystal, one new champion enters, which is a lot less. And yeah.
If they kicked them through faster, it would give us a reason to open them instead of holding them until a pool comes up that we're interested in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very true. That sounds like it's the way to fix it. To make the people that are it sounds like the majority of people are not crazy about it. So if they were to just push those champions on a faster cycle into the basic pool, then their chances are that they would probably get more people opening crystals and enjoying opening the crystals and getting those Titan shards and stuff like that, instead of just everyone having to hoard them.
Oh yeah.
It
But again, they basically everything we're talking about again is basically what was and Kabam moved away from in order to monetize it better. Monetize more.
I'm very curious to see where they're going to come back to. I know that a couple of people, I really like watching Simula's videos, and I know he's been saying that he's going to be posting some videos on some of the stuff that he talked to the devs about and all. And I know the CCP members, they can only say so much, but I've been trying to get as much insider information as I could about the people I know that went to the event, because there's definitely some stuff going on there that they haven't told us about.
Oh, for sure.
And some things that they're listening about and that they're looking to change. So I'm curious.
Yeah, like one of the things that I heard about is that Kabam is aware of how like overtuned defenders are affecting the game, and they are like implementing a ceiling of how hard and how many defenders can be there. And it kind of sounds like they just now or recently have come to the grasp of the issue of the defenders and such like that. But again, I must say they haven't necessarily done a great job kind of like sticking to it, you know?
Yeah. And some things are a matter of opinion, like the Carolina Dean thing. Like I've seen a lot of people use her during the Summoners Fest tournament, and like I see you use her a lot. I see her in quite a few decks. I don't have her, but I don't like. I ended up getting the 6-star, and I didn't really care for like how her playstyle is, and I don't mind playstyles like the new Spidey, which is somewhat similar, but I don't know. I just didn't really care for it, and I think she's a good champion. Like if I were to judge it, I'm like, she's good, but I just don't like her. I think that is a good design, in my opinion. A champion like that is a good design, where it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but she's pretty good, but it's not game breaking at the same time. You don't have to have it. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten by without her, but she is good.
Yeah, no, I do agree. It's similar like with defenders as well. I feel like where, like for instance, MODOK and whatnot, like, you know, they have their place in the game, and they are like annoying in specific metas, but they do have counters, and it's not like you know, it's an kind of like, oh, I'm definitely gonna lose if I don't draft a perfect counter to MODOK or something.
Right.
And then again, you know, we have the Serpents and we have the Dark Phoenixes and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, either you counter it or you're fucked. Like, it's kind of like, you know, opponent has Dark Phoenix and I don't draft like a very good counter to it. I immediately think of which champion, which round do I throw if I want to have a chance to win the match. You know what I mean?
It's unfortunate. It's when I watch Battlegrounds and I see like a lot of those matchups that happen where you're like forced to go in there with a champion that just is more than likely gonna die trying. It does kind of like
take away from the fun, take away from excitement.
Yeah.
It deflates you. It's like frustrating, and you get a couple of matches like that in a row, and you're like, and you get like 2 matches like that, you get a couple of matches of bad AI, and like, why the fuck am I playing this game?
Yeah.
It's like I had very big contrasting streams yesterday, because yesterday I finished one point. It was like, I don't want to play this fucking game. Like, I was like going back and forth and losing more than I'm winning, and I lost like a bit of points. I got back some points, but you know, I was just so fed up with the entire game, and that was in everything to do with AI being absolute shit, couple of stupid mistakes from myself, and like getting outdrafted, and I was like, fuck this game. And I had a stream this morning where, you know, I did well, I played, you know, better, and my drafts didn't go as awful, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, this was fucking awesome stream. I went like 7-1 in the stream, I got like 480 points, I'm like, you know, towards the upper end of, back up towards upper end of C5, and I'm like, yeah, this game's not too bad. And again, so much of it has to do with AI, and so much of it has to do with drafts now. Because again, previously, if drafts didn't go my way, I had much better of a chance still to do reasonably well. Because again, it wasn't like, you know, Dark Phoenix counter or lose the match. It was like, oh my god, I can't believe I did this fight, you know, so good against Korg with this random champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it always comes back to Korg.
It's not just Korg, but Korg is an example of that age where, you know, opponent drafts Korg, you're looking for a counter or something that's remotely works, and then you get a champion like, you know, that's fairly random, that's not a counter to Korg, let's say a fucking Hulk or something, and you're like, if I play this well, I can win it. You know what I mean? Like, Hulk is by no means a counter to Korg, and, you know, and when they entered that fight, I'm like, definitely at disadvantage, and I'm, you know, definitely feeling the pressure, but I had the feeling like, if you know, I nail my land intercepts, and if everything goes, and if I line things up where when I activate my level 2, he doesn't have the rock stacks on, you know, I can make it. And you know, of course, most of the time you didn't. You know, like plenty of times you didn't, because you know something went wrong and the opponent had the better matchup. But there were enough times where you did. So you weren't defeated and deflated before the match even started.
We're past the time of being able to outskill the defenders.
Yeah, and that's horrible. That's a huge mistake that Kabam made. That is a huge mistake that Kabam made. And honestly, the more time goes past, the less love I have for the people designing those champions. Because the more I, again, kind of compare, look back and think, and I'm like, fuck this, man. Like, this should have never happened. Like, Serpent should have never happened. Like, fucking Bullseye should have never happened. Like, you know, so and so forth. Like, fuck that, man.
I think, I just look at it now, it's like, look where we're at with Serpent and Bullseye. Like, we got more counters, so I guess that's like our only hope in the matter. Like,
yeah, but again, it doesn't matter though. It's the same. It's a similar thing of Domino, where like we got like fucking 50 counters to Domino, but none of that shit matters if you don't get one, right? But you know, the new age defenders are like 80 times worse than Domino ever was.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and the Domino is still like relevant in the game, and you know, because she operates on the same principle. Unless you have a counter, you fucked. But now Serpent and, you know, Dark Phoenix take it to like nth degree, where we might have 80 counters to Dark Phoenix in the game. It ain't gonna matter shit if you don't like drop them in Balgons, because you can't fit them in your deck. You know, and the fact that you have to make a deck and bring in champions that, you know, objectively are kind of shit in that meta, but you need to force them to work just so you have a counter to that champion. And then, you know, it still doesn't matter if you don't get lucky enough to get it, you know, after the opponent has drafted the Dark Phoenix. All of that stuff, it just takes away from the fun.
Yeah, but what I mean, we're kind of stuck though. Like, what do we do, right? Quit a game that used to be fun to us, or just, you know, take it on the chin?
Well, the correct answer would have been to rebalance them, but that shit's out of the window.
I look. I know that this is gonna be a bold statement, but I kind of blame you.
Why?
You basically showed them the cards. I don't think that's what really happened, but your video was basically like, if they watched that video and brought it up in a meeting, they were like, he's right, so how do we do this? And someone was like, let's just run away from the problem. So,
it wasn't like, me, obviously. It was they themselves who put them in the corner. I might have helped them to realize it more, because I spoke about it a bit before I made that video as well, but I don't think that was a response to my video, even though like it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world if it was. But
it just lined up that way, right? It was like you were like, well, they're gonna have to do something here, and then they were like, you know what, we are gonna do something. We're gonna close. I mean,
kind of. I get where you're coming from, but I deny these accusations. But ultimately, again, it's they themselves who are at fault there, because it's entirely down to, number one, the, you know, design choices that they made. You know, first of all, like, there was no reason for Serpent to exist, and so on and so forth. Second of all, there was even less excuse not balancing them. And again, it's just that balance program existed in complete disagreement with itself. Like, take a champion like Isophine that's objectively shit. Even at taking Serpent, which is like the one thing that Icewind was designed for, she's not elite. And then the rest of the champions, she's kind of shit, nonetheless, you know, still. And the thing is, there is a good champion in there, and the balancing program would have been the perfect tool to make Icewind usable. Just like, you know, increase the potencies, extend the duration, stuff like that, make her reasonably rumpable against, you know, non-buff heavy opponents. All that stuff could have been done with balance program. They completely ignored her. And then there's like a whole bunch of these champions that are almost great, but, you know, okay, situationally okay. Like, we had, you know, some of the champions that I love, but they could have been a lot better, but they never got touched. Like, Destroyer is almost good champion, and I don't know, fucking Lady Deathstrikes and whatnot. There's a whole bunch of champions that are just, nah, that are almost good, but Balance and Pro never touched them, regardless of how much they should have. And then there's Serpent, who also didn't get Balance, so, you know, they established kind of like, Serpent is equally as balanced as fucking Destroyer is. It's like, no, they're fucking not. And then all of a sudden, they come like, but Spider-Woman is the big problem. But this is a problem. So they themselves made the rules that makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Well, I do know, and I think, honestly, that them closing the program was, honestly, in my opinion, a good thing, because the majority of the people that I hear talk about it in chats, you know, content creators, anything like that, like, they basically exposed the fact that they aren't rebalancing champions like Serpent and Bullseye, or, you know, whatever the case may be, Dark Phoenix, and they aren't doing that. So why even have the program? Like, if you're not,
well, exactly, but it's them who did that. It's them who made those decisions.
Well, yeah, but obviously it was unsuccessful. So, I mean, they should close it and then try to come up with a new solution by not putting defenders out that are, like, remarkably broken.
Oh, absolutely. The question right now is, though, what to do with the champions that exist in the game. Because, as I said before, Domino is not nowhere near as bad as Dark Phoenix or Serpent, but Domino still plagues the game this many years later, regardless of Domino having, like, 80 counters in the game at this point.
Oh, we're definitely stuck with them, for sure. Like, you best believe that Doctor Strange is going to have a way to deal with Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that, you know, 90+% of other champions in the game won't.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I just feel like we're stuck now. They want to do that. I don't know why. I have no idea why they would want to do something like that, because it does divide the player, you know, the players. But it's hard to say at the overall, like, the majority of the people that you know, talk in your chats or the content creators are loyal people that's been with the game a long time. A lot of them competitive, like yourself. You've been very competitive in every mode that you've played for, you know, a while, definitely as long as I've been watching you. And for that, like, you kind of have those passions of players, but you're like one out of how many players? Like, we don't really know what the overall community is. Just like the community that talks to each other and that pays attention to competitive and is in live streams, yeah, we know how they feel. But, like, overall, I don't know how many people really give a shit about how broken somebody is. Like, in a competitive situation, yes.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But again,
Dark Phoenix isn't in story mode, and you only play story mode, you don't give a flying shit, you know?
I completely agree with you. And again, this balancing issue is, like, only relevant to the more active players. Like, if you like more casual players, like, you just don't give a shit about that. But the problem is that Kabam needs all of these kind of, like, player bases to be satisfied and content in order to have a successful game. You need to have these players because they often do dictate, you know, what is the conversation. So even if it's like one player out of 50, but, you know, if those players are the ones with the YouTube channels, those players are the ones that are posting and teaching and discussing things, and you're just, you know, barely squeaking an eye on Alliance chat or whatever, you kind of see that, and, you know, the other players kind of like drag you in alongside with those conversations. The second thing is, Kabam hasn't been great and amazing for not just the competitive players, also for the casual players. That is why, for instance, why the Elder difficulty thing was such a big deal. Because, you know, it took away agency and choice from the casual player. It forced them to, you know, confront higher difficulty levels, even if they didn't want to. And that made also, like, casual players feel like great. So even if I do the same content in their perception, basically, I get less rewards because I'm not, you know, as hardcore. And all of those things, for instance, didn't sit right well with them. Similarly, more casual players might not care about how busted Dark Phoenix is, you know, in competitive game modes, but they do care you know, the fact that they just randomly start losing arena matches when the stupid Sith Supreme appears and there's like a fucking bullseye and serpent and Nico and all three champions like fucking nuke them and they don't understand why. And they might not understand exactly why or what's wrong with it, but they will sure shit not like the feeling of randomly getting wrecked in arena. You know what I mean? And all of those, and like there are some universal things that, for instance, players enjoy at large. For instance, you know, I am quite free and safe to say that, as a matter of fact, you know, players like broken champions. Players like doing a lot of big yellow number damage or a lot of red number damage, and we kind of like cheesy interactions, and because that's fun, and that's fun regardless of whether I'm competitive or not. And Kabam is, you know, Kabam is specifically designing content in a sense where, you know, they're taking all those interactions away. If you look at the champions, most of the quote-unquote cheeses that we have had in the game, Kabam has deliberately patched away. Like, you know, Luke Cage, for instance, was like, you could YOLO kind of stun with him, you know, 10 specials in a row, you know, especially in specific nodes. You can't do that anymore. Old Hulk was like, where give him a couple of synergies and you can just go for like borderline infinite stun loop, especially with a couple of nodes. You can't do that when the champion got updated. Kabam took that away because they don't like that. One of the recent patches that I noticed is you can't do the Electro Heimdall cheese anymore. And that, you know, is visible, that Kabam is kind of like actively patching these things away, despite the fact that players like that type of thing. And not all of it has to be impactful gameplay-wise, but, you know, it makes for good entertainment. It creates fun. And that's, you know, I made that video, the game is like not as fun anymore. And you can kind of see that when it comes to champion design, when it comes to content design. For instance, you know, when you jump in the new story mode, it is not fucking fun to do. You have to fucking read 18 nodes, like, before you start playing. That's not fun. Eventually, once you get around to it, you might have somewhat enjoyable experience, but, you know, the initial kind of oomph from the enjoyment of new content is lost just because you actually can't enjoy it because you have to fucking read everything. So, I think that's kind of a big problem. When you say, like, yeah, there will be things that players that are not competitive do not care about, 1,000,000%. But Kabam has touched upon enough areas in the game where all sorts of different level of players find issues with what they're doing, which is, I think, one of the big problems, because Kabam is like surprisingly very fucking disconnected from the player base, more so than ever, despite so many of the ex-players and content creators working there.
Yeah, it is. That is true. It does seem like they are not in tune with the player base. But I wonder where they kind of get their, I don't know, like, are all those ideas coming from within that room? You know, is there some kind of, you know,
to be fly on a wall?
Yeah. It's very interesting. I know some of it does come down to champion design, especially because, you know, DLL is real strong on his opinions and a lot of people doesn't agree with him, but like he always tries to do something different or bring something into the game that's not already there. And like there is a big part of like people, you know, like especially like the active players and players I see chat and all that do enjoy the game as it was a couple years ago. And like by trying to implement new and different things, not everyone's always going to like that. Some people just like the casual things that's been working for the game. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? So it's kind of weird. It's like they're just trying to do new and different stuff. I mean, obviously,
and much of it is worse. And that is what I have been talking about. They're trying to do new and different stuff. And much of it is like worse, less fun.
Too, though.
And besides that, but just objectively speaking, they're trying to do new and weird stuff. New way of the EQ adaptive difficulty. That's new, and they're trying to quote-unquote modernize and do different. People don't like it for multi-different. Pattern shards, I have spent how much time talking about it. It's not a better system for players. It has not been better for game. New idea on defender design. It hasn't been great. You know, so on and so forth. There are so many things that they have made to be new, weird, and different that haven't been working. Okay, so this thing. Anybody remembers these things? Right? This is the OG version back in the day. Very early video that I made on my channel, by the way, where you could abuse effectively opponents who get massive attack increases with Electro plus Heimdall. Where you effectively just hit that block, let them get a whole bunch of Furies. It is a stupid way how to clear a lane, but you know, back in the day, if you didn't have like a lot of counters for things or you wanted to have fun, it was a perfectly adequate thing to do. It's similar to aggression, regeneration, cheeses with heal reversal, but this relied on opponent having a massive attack and you having Electron Heimdall. And the way it works is effectively they're gonna hit you, you would instantly die, but Heimdall saves you and Black Bolt takes the damage back. Right? So that was the cheese. Existed in the game for like 10 fucking years. And it didn't break the game, and nobody abused it because, you know, newer players who could potentially benefit from it typically didn't know much about it, or they didn't have the skill, or they didn't have all the champions. And, you know, more experienced players just fought the fights normally for the most part anyways. And even if somebody did, it's hardly end of the world, right? Can't do this in Battlegrounds, you know. Nobody that I know has done this in Alliance War anyways. And they still patch it away 10 years later. It's like, why? And the fact that this is the type of issue that they kind of like focus on rather than doing something else.
How did that even become a topic for something that they need to address?
Yeah, because it's been like 10 years, man. Since that's, well, maybe not 10, but like 7 or whatever. And it's like, now there's like, oh, we can't let this shit fucking slide anymore. Especially when, you know, the game is clearly
DLX?
facing issues and whatnot. And they're like, nope, we can't let this shit slide.
Isn't that how Brutal DLX originally cleared Realm of Legends?
Yeah, but Heimdall didn't exist then. He just revived Heimdall and let the opponent smack him in the face until...
Yeah, okay. I remember them saying that that's how he did it. He basically thought outside the box. Just use Electro and let Wolverine beat you in the face until he dies.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what I meant by saying like you're in a tough spot, like if you make a video addressing, you know, Kabam's shortcomings, I feel like it has to be brought up. It has to be, you know, like everyone's opinion needs to kind of be voiced and heard so that Kabam can, you know, get feedback and try to make, you're not going to make everyone happy, but make the majority of your player base happy. And those videos are kind of like, they're like almost like double-edged swords because they're really good because they need to hear that kind of stuff. But like if you're a new player and like you just watch like a big YouTuber, somebody with 50,000 subscribers or more, and they're just like trashing the game and you just started playing, you're like, you know, I don't think I'm going to play this game anymore, which potentially hurts the game.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of it, but again, it's like I often say this at the beginning of any critical videos that I do make about Kabam in general. It's like, I want this game to do well, but it is not going to do well as long as I keep doing shit like that. And I'm not always right, and I do have my opinions, and everybody, you know, can have theirs and stuff like that. But in general, the base idea is like, there is a clear kind of difference in between, for instance, something that I don't like, but the game needs in order to move forward. And then there is the implementation and execution of it, and then there's the attitude that they express themselves in. And those are things that, you know, and then there are completely unnecessary forced errors that Kabam is full of as well, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they bring it upon themselves. In a
James
way
wants to be on call. Do you? I'm not gonna be streaming that.
If James
and Callum.
If James is getting on, I'm getting off.
Oh. Wait. So you're telling me that James is getting you off?
Of the call?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't. He just... I don't feel like arguing with someone that doesn't even play the game anymore.
Ah. Oh.
He's just gonna get on the call to be the opposite of everything I say.
I mean, I'm grinding right now. Sith, if you want to, you can add James. I'm not forcing you to. We can add Callum though. I don't think I can even call with Callum.
Of course.
You made Jamesy sad.
Yeah, because he wants to argue. He wants to pester me. That's the only reason
Why
he
would
wants
he?
to get on the call.
Hi guys, Cyber Banquet. Banquet seems better for us, by the way. Banquet does seem better. So far, but you know, it's impossible to say for sure. And yeah. What do you like more, Super Scroll or Obsman?
Definitely Absorbing Man.
Yeah, we don't know the exact details, but let James on call. And why should we? Is Callum? Callum, do you have my Discord? Do I chat with Callum? A lot of C's there. Have I ever been on call with Callum?
He says he does. He says I do.
I do? You have? Oh. Drop me a message. But can I add Callum to this? What did Callum want to say? How can I add a person to this? Huh? Send messages.
It's hard to say. It's hard to tell.
Add friends to DM. Callum C. Yeah, I think I got him here. Create a group DM. Hello, Sith Supreme. Can you reconnect? Okay, let's let James in, but behave. Okay, I added James to this too. So Callum and James, both of you are free to join, should you choose. But they didn't, because both of them suck.
Nope, I heard some noise.
Oh no, Callum joined, yeah. I think.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Callum.
Yeah, Callum's the posh spice.
Yes. Me.
Yeah.
Posh spice.
Why not?
That's not Callum.
I would never lie.
Callum lives in the UK, dude. Like, let's be real.
I don't know. Does he? That's a real question.
He does, he does.
Yeah, I know he does.
Alright, alright.
I was chatting with him when we were over there. When me and my brother were in London.
Callum should be able to join. I think he's in the group chat. So,
Callum just doesn't want to talk to you.
That's rude. It's very mean.
Yeah, he's like that sometimes.
I mean...
Callum's UK sitting next to his Discord app and he says no immigrants.
I mean, I would not be happy if I lived in the UK either.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I am kind of happy that I don't anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad I got out of there. I know that.
Exactly. Sad.
By the way, one of the first things that Supreme wrote me when he kind of got to London, I was like, this place is a shithole compared to your country.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Well, those are very
What's
low
going on?
standards. You compare anything to the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sid,
I'm
we're
pretty good
talking
at
about the fact that Sid said that London is a shithole compared to Latvia.
I mean, to be fair, it is a bit of a shithole.
See?
Yeah.
Even he knows.
Like, you know, it's bad when the locals, you know, just go like, yeah, it's kind of shit.
I mean,
Do you
I
know
live in the
that
state,
I
and
mean,
I'll tell you how bad it sucks. So.
if you want to know how bad it sucks, you just need to know the fact that, like, you are basically everywhere advised not to walk around in the town with your phone untied to your hand. Like, one of the
And also,
biggest kind of
don't go out in the
increases in
car.
London are, like, the phone cases or the phone bands, like, when you can get a strap on your wrist that kind of holds your phone in place, just because everybody, like, rides their e-scooters or bikes and snatches your phones out of your hand. Yeah, that was the kind of crap you saw about, some of the, African countries where it's like, oh, just don't show people your phone or they're gonna snatch it and stuff like that. And I used to see clips like that about some, very high crime level areas in, like, I don't know, Nigeria or something. This is the same problem in UK now. It's like,
Yes.
tie up your phone, buddy.
That's most of my income is getting phones like that and selling them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Well, at least, it supports local business, I suppose, because everybody is buying each other's phones.
Yeah, it just supports cash converters and places like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you get all your MCOC deals, Callum.
No, it's good old graft, mate. I just work hard.
There's like some poor lad lost his phone tonight because Callum wanted this $50 thing. I was like, oh, a new deal. Just like pop out on the streets and just like nick a phone.
I mean, I did get the $50 off though, but that's got nothing to do with phones.
Oh man, that was funny. James, why don't you come back to the game?
He doesn't know how to steal
checked a minute ago,
phones.
He's 358 days clean.
I think some people that still play the game are just a glutton for punishment. They enjoy the misery of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, we're all at that point at the minute, aren't we?
Most of us
Yeah.
are. Like, I think there are so many people
community.
who just have played the game for so long and they kind of want to see how it will end, or like what is going to be the thing that finally, like, hits the nail.
Yeah, what's the final nail in the coffin?
Yeah, it's like, and to be fair, like, Kabam is making it interesting. There's like, here's the best deal in history, but we got banned off Twitch. And like every other day is like that, where there's like, I was like, oh, this channel looks very cool, but then again, balancing program is bye-bye.
Yeah,
They
like you
probably
got committed
dropped
to
that
like a.
deal for that reason, because they need the money to pay off Twitch to get back on there.
Yeah, I mean, they've got like for this offer, for example, like it's a long-term investment, but how many people are really that long-term invested in the game? Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
Dunno.
this offer is a
I
long-term
got it,
investment, but at the same time, it has the best buy now value that the game has ever seen as well. Like, the Kabam has never offered you more for $50 right now. Like, you can't find like 15 7-star crystals and like 5 rank 3s and or 7 rank 3s and 7 rank 2s and all that crap. And that's what you got right now.
yeah. I mean, from buying it now, I got 5 tier 7 basic, 15 7-star crystals, and whatever units and stuff. Like, it was a really good offer, but
oh yeah, Kabam got the Twitch account banned today. What for? For breaking Twitch's terms of service. Shit, dude. That's fucking funny. Okay, how did they break Twitch's terms of service is also kind of funny, because it is illegal on Twitch to do restreams live with the purpose of like distributing Twitch drops.
That is funny because they don't read themselves, but they expect us to do a ton of reading.
yeah. Oh, Sith, I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to meet up with you in London. That was very disappointing. I apologise for that.
Yeah, you were a little up north there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It was kind of hectic.
No, Callum's coming in with a 10. Are you jailing James? Please tell me James is going to Gulag.
No, I don't do that, thank you.
Okay, give me a name.
I don't do names, you know this by now.
Aw. We're like... Aw.
Yeah, some people are just wholesome donators. Why is somebody gotta go to jail?
Yeah, I'm just a wholesome supporter of you, KT. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
I'll
gonna
pick who goes to
definitely
jail.
go back. I just don't know. I just don't know if we're gonna be hanging out. Obviously, we've seen the eye. That was the big thing my brother wanted to do, and obviously, y'all got a bunch of issues going on right now with immigrants. But we're definitely gonna be going.
We didn't need you here anyway.
Yeah. Maybe when we come back, if you're up more towards that northern part, maybe we go around there or something, because we're definitely gonna be going back over there to see KT.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, like Callum can also easily buy a ticket and fly over.
When you talk like I can afford anything other than MCOC.
Just nick a couple of
you
phones,
know how many
man.
phones that is? That's a lot of phones.
Like,
I'd better get swiping.
The value is gone down because everyone else is also swiping phones. So
oh no!
the
You
market is flooded.
no, but everybody who got their phone swiped needs a new phone, so the demand is also high. It's like what you can do, like walk around without a phone. You see, it's like
Wait a week, sell it back to them.
Exactly. You know what's the funniest thing is, like, we haven't said anything inaccurate in this stream, but I can guarantee you there is a significant portion of people who find everything we have said in regards of the matter problematic. Like, how dare you? I was like, stealing phones is perfectly normal. Like, diversity is our strength. Stealing phones is a good thing. It stimulates local economy.
That's wild. Like, just when I thought our government was crazy, the UK takes it up a notch.
To be fair, it's not just UK, it's like most of the Europe. Europe's kind of like the most... All the countries that me as a kid dreamed to kind of like go visit, or thought it would have been so good if I, used to live in that place, or if I was born in that country, like, because, you knew that people like in Germany were much better off and like had more money and all that stuff, and because, that's where we imported our TV shows from, that's where the movies kind of came from. All of those countries in Europe, I'm like, I don't really want to visit that place right now. Like, I'm good here. It's like, we're not rich, but, nobody's stabbing me. So it's like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, you did alright moving back there, mate.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's it's kind of like, I moved back here and it's like, holy shit, the place kind of like looks just about the same as it used to. There aren't like 15 markets, trying to sell stolen goods in my local town. It's like, it's kind of nice. Finally, we're getting Mariah Carey inspired Dazzler skin. Are we? Really? Where'd you get that?
Speaking about Dazzler, I fucking decided to, for my stream Titan the other day, I thought I'll open it. I've got 180 SIGs on my Dazzler now, thanks to the stream. That was worth it.
Well, congratulations. I swear to God that Dazzler has Adam's apple.
I mean, I'd ignore it, but...
Yeah, I don't look into the characters to that much detail.
It's like, I try not to either, but it just kind of jumps out at you. I recently saw a clip of on YouTube Shorts. There's like this black guy who stopped in traffic, walked out of the car and started crying, And like the guys from the car next to were like laughing their ass off, and eventually ended up hugging him and like kind of calming him down. And the reason for that was because the guy was like to a bar and picked up what he thought was a chick, and only on the way there realized that it wasn't. And he kind of like, you know, had a panic attack and you know, started crying, got out of his car and was like, ow. And initially, you know, there's like a bunch of black guys laughing at him, and then there's like, oh, it'll be okay, dog, it'll be okay. And kind of like calming him down. And it's fucking, imagine that, like, it's...
Well, I'm happy I'm married and been with the same woman for a while. I'm not in that market.
Sounds like the majority of people's experience in Thailand.
Yeah, it's my brother calls it it's the dating scene now because he's single. He says it's like Forrest Gump says, you never know what you're gonna get.
Well, Callum.
Yes.
So, Cyber Weekend or Banquet for you?
Both.
Oh, it's like they're planning on swiping a lot of phones then.
No, the phone business is very good at the minute. No, it depends really, to be honest with you. I haven't really thought about it, but I think like at the moment I've got the most units that I've ever had coming up to an offer like this. Like I've got like 13.5k, which sounds a bit shit, but usually I just use money to get the units for offers, but we'll see what comes out.
Fair enough.
We shall see.
They should be announcing what, the end of next week, or
Yeah, it should be something should be
Yeah, I
coming
think it's
soon.
like the end of next week. Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
It doesn't concern you, quitter.
All right.
James is the guy that's been sober for 4 years, but he still goes to the bar with everyone.
Just to
358
smell it.
days, James.
Yeah, James, that guy who goes to bar for the smell.
That's fucked up.
Oh, man.
You still got a problem.
Yeah, that's definitely falls under the category of mentally ill.
No,
Say
he
that
just
on
wants to
Saturday
hang out
night
with the
on my own
boys.
bed.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it, man. I quit my addiction. All right, but that doesn't mean I can't have social interaction, does it? Does it now?
I mean, it depends on your addiction, but not in this situation. I can agree with that.
Where did I go?
All right, good.
So,
So,
James,
think I'm
is
only
there
one
something
thing
you want to
with-
say to Sith Supreme?
Oh, don't do it.
no,
Not very much.
no, I kind of after what he said about the the Spider Woman nerf, I kind of got that all out, and I'm at peace with Sith Supreme.
You've never even
If-
used
Yeah, James,
Spider
you sure? I
Woman.
was going to say the same thing. Surely you haven't even used the fucking character. You haven't played for almost a year.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
What he
James
said was
just
dumb.
realized that he has
Doesn't
a lot
matter.
in common with liberal women. He got offended on other people's behalf.
well, yeah, can't argue that one. That is what I am doing.
It's okay that you wanted to
But-
argue just for the sake of argument. My wife does the same thing.
You said something really dumb. I'm not just gonna let that slide.
It's like I got into a fight with my wife like yesterday, and today I had her so good. Basically, she asked me to do something and I forgot, and like she had like a bad day, and she was just like flipping out about that shit. And it's like, fuck that shit. It's like we kind of got into the fight, and today I asked her to do something, and her initial reaction, like basically like we were out of sugar, and I reminded her that when she went to the shop, and she came home and she forgot the sugar. And her initial reaction is like, well, I guess you're gonna need to go to the shop again. And it was like, oh, so like when I forget something, like, you know, shit hits the fan, and it's like, yeah. When you forget something, it's like, I need to go to the shop, yeah. It's like, have you thought how would our life look like if I behave like you for a second? And she just didn't have like much to respond there.
Yeah, you got
Shut
it.
Take my money.
I did get her good today.
Snoop Theful $4.99. Stream at this time more often.
Well,
My
okay,
my
deal.
opinion on the
I will.
Spider-Woman nerve thing. It's
What
just
time is it for you, KT?
well, to be fair,
1 o'clock.
What'd you
Yeah.
say, Sith?
yeah,
1 in the morning.
1 a.m. Huh?
I actually can now stream like more for this time to be friendly for you guys because first of all, the time changed again, so you know, it is an hour less than it normally would have been for Americans because of the time change. And second thing is, I am often awake at this time anyway, still most of the time. I have kind of turned into a bit of a night owl, I guess. But sup, Snoopy?
Works for us.
Yeah. This is a good time. It's 3 p.m. here.
Oh, you're on the West Coast, James?
He's
Yes.
like in fucking Washington.
Sheesh, how long would it have taken you to get over to him?
I think the flights I was looking at was 12 hours. One way.
Gross.
Disgusting.
Because you would have had to connect in like New York, right?
I don't know. I didn't look into it that far. Well, I did. I just can't fucking remember.
It's rough. West Coast.
Yeah. I'm leaving sometime. I'm moving to Idaho at some point.
That's another
The
flyover
state,
state.
yeah.
I mean, like, you can't say that Washington is a flyover state because there's nothing to fly over to. Like, what, Canada?
No, Washington is just a terrible state. It sucks ass here.
There's something weird about Washington that I really enjoy, that it rains all the time. Like, I really like the rain.
It
like
does
weirdo.
rain very often.
You know what you sounded like right now? Fucking average Twilight book fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
it
super-
rains all the time. It's sad all the time.
Did you know that
I
takes
don't-
place in Washington?
I did not, but makes sense.
It really does. I
take
swear.
place up there, yeah. That's why. Honestly, that's why I haven't moved up there, because no one has come out and said that they don't have vampires and werewolves. So
I haven't seen any.
yeah, I mean,
If
Yeah,
there
that's what a
was,
vampire would say.
That'd be pretty hype. There'd be something exciting going on here. But I haven't seen it.
no.
So I'm guessing my USA geography is awful because I thought Washington was East Coast.
Washington DC is East Coast.
Yeah.
Washington State is West Coast.
Yeah, Washington DC.
Ah, I see. Or like Seattle.
Yep.
Yes, Seattle.
Right. I am genuinely looking at a map right now. But
A while back, me and my best mate got drunk and we learned all the states' geographical locations. Like, it's like, because, you know, me and him, like, are kind of good childhood friends and we can argue about everything, but we kind of like doing some random things. And we basically learned, you know, the exact location, size, and contours of each state and, you know, did all these quizzes online and fucking nailed them. And we genuinely, whilst being drunk, spent like 3 hours learning the map of USA. Like, obviously I don't remember all of it now, but, you know, for a brief period in time, I could name you and point you at every state in America.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the guy who was best man at my wedding. Like, we do kind of stupid things like that at times.
I don't even know if I can do that, and I live here.
Yeah, I was gonna say most Americans can't do that.
I know, I can't.
You see, so for a while I could, and still to this day I kind of have like a fairly decent, knowledge about that, because something does remain.
I'm a firm believer that there's some things that we just do not need to be educated in because we have smartphones.
Here's the thing. Things like that can be considered like empty knowledge, but things like that are also the things that help you learn how to think and practice your brain and are still overall useful. It's less about having that specific knowledge. It's more so about doing activities that stimulate your brain and memory and things like that.
Yeah, I agree on the brain stimulation part for sure, but like my daughter's in like doing a lot of history stuff in the grade she's in now, and I hate history because I'm like, what does it matter? Who cares if Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves? Like, I don't give a shit.
Oh dear.
You know that.
Boy.
You made some like stupid Hitler comment about it. You made some stupid Hitler comment, and it's all starting to make sense.
Yeah, sure.
Wasn't he the guy who said like Hitler was kind of like a decent guy?
Yeah, that sounds like Sith.
I can say all those things because my only childhood friend is a black dude, and he was my best man at my wedding, and both of his sons are.
I'm not racist.
That gives you a pass.
My best friend.
Yeah,
is black.
I basically get away with it. It does. It gives me a mega pass.
Yeah, it's like, well, first of all, what the fuck did Hitler have to do with black people?
Yeah, it was the Jews he hated.
Yeah, it was the Jews he was after.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he mentioned the Abraham Lincoln thing.
Yeah, you can't defend yourself from that one, Sith. You might as well give it up.
Shut up and take my money.
Get him out of
Get
here.
him
for
out of here.
$9.99. Get him out to here.
Oh,
I would recommend.
Sith Supreme? Yeah, don't worry, I'll mute him in a second. Don't worry, Snoop.
Yeah.
I gotta call my wife anyways. I'll catch y'all later.
Oh, that is like the quickest bailout of.
He's gone. Pussy.
Consider him timed out, basically.
Don't stop.
He always does that, man. Remember last time I tried to time him out and he just fucking left. He just went back to work. It's like, fuck you. That's not even a timeout.
Did he like? Don't cry. It's
Don't
like,
cry over.
it's like obviously
Nobody's
nothing
crying.
said here is meant to be, serious. By the way, just so it's clear.
Yes. Nobody's crying.
However, simultaneously, I must say, if I was still living in UK, I would not feel comfortable hosting the stream right now.
Yeah, they would have found you.
It's like,
You'd end up
because like, yeah, exactly, they can find
no
you for
such
that
thing as
shit.
free speech in
Yeah,
the
they're
UK.
Keir
they're trying to
Starmer
get you
said
extra
that you
time
guys have
after
had
the
free
UK
speech
right
for a
now.
very long time, and it's good. I vividly recall seeing Keir Starmer saying that free speech is good and well in UK. Obviously, I also recall Konstantin Kishin talking about how many people a year in UK go over for fucking tweets to jail. But, like, it is a scary thing, and it is genuinely also, like, sincerely something that I had started to think over last years. I was like living in UK and I was streaming, and I always spoke fairly openly about all of these subjects, and I caught myself self-censoring a lot, and it wasn't like I was like devastatingly afraid of it, but I heard more and more stories about it, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say that, maybe I shouldn't say that, maybe I shouldn't say that, and it was like a very disgusting feeling. It was kind of like very oppressive feeling where what's the best way to explain it? I had never felt like less free, and I remember hearing stories from my mom in Soviet Union, how people used to live and so on and so forth. I was like, was this how they felt? Like when everybody quote unquote knew the truth, but nobody could say it openly, type of thing. And it's a very shitty feeling. Like it eats away at you.
Yeah, I see it more and more. Like randomly, people you'll see things on the news, well, not on the news, but you'll see random things of people getting arrested over just tweets and just random crap on YouTube. Like it's weird.
Yeah, and like there are a couple of channels who put it like perspective. Like there's like this woman who did say like there were some like, because she was commenting on like one of the stabbings, and she did say some mean things, but you know, nothing that in my opinion should be considered illegal. And she got like 2 years in prison. And then there was the guy who, like, from a different incident, who actually stabbed some people. He got like fucking 3 months. So it's like talking mean about people who stab other people. It's like 2 years stabbing people, 3 months. And the guy was in country legally, and he remained in the country after those 3 months. They didn't even send him away.
Oh, so he was like an immigrant?
Yeah, illegal immigrant. He basically came over in UK in like a boat, lived there for a while, claimed benefits and whatnot, and stabbed some people. They put him in like jail for 3 months and let him out.
Jesus. That is so fucked up.
Recently in UK, there have been like a couple of cases where they accidentally freed these people. Like the guy killed somebody, and then the cops accidentally let him go. And then like there was like a nationwide manhunt, basically. Huh?
Yeah, there was some. I was just about to bring that up. There was some immigrant that was here illegally and had sexually assaulted either a 12 or a 14-year-old girl or something like that, and they accidentally let him out of prison and then had to hunt him down.
It was like that's like
it's fucking all over the place, man.
It's fucking magical. It's like, you know, you just know for a fact, like when that story came out, there were like some, you know, 100,000 people in UK prisons. Like, oh man, like why wasn't it me?
It's my turn. It's my time to shine.
Yeah, man. All I did was make a mean tweet. I'm in here 2 years. This guy just gets let out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How
The
did they
majority
fuck
of the
that?
people that would have done the mean tweets would have been in prison.
Yep. So yeah, UK is definitely kind of fucked right now. And you can like I do still follow the things in UK and stuff like that. 1 second, Snoop. 1 second, I'm gonna read your messages in a bit. You done? Like what you done for? I'm done, but let's just not play what he said, bro. It's like, I'm big honestly with the serious about it. Talking like, oh. I mean, like, here's the thing. I can absolutely see why people would get mad about it. It absolutely is. But again, that's kind of the difference. I do think people say stupid. I say stupid things at times, you know. I do, however, think that you need to kind of like, you know, look at also intention behind, you know, that. Or what kind of conversation was it? You know, when those things were said. It's like, not that I'm trying to defend every stupid thing everybody says, but you know, there is a difference in between like either a joke not landing, or you know, somebody having a lighthearted conversation, or somebody kind of like, you know, passionately defending that stance. So that is one of the things I always kind of like use to judge things around, because you know, what's the intent? Because like with offensive things, especially when there's a difference between, you know, trying to be funny or being lighthearted, or you know, being nasty and hurtful, specifically, you know, with intent to demean somebody. And that's how I approach those things. So yeah, there you go. Like, for instance, from my perspective, again, like, completely honestly, it's like, I'm from Europe, for instance. I didn't even know what Black History Month is up until, like, I was, like, 16 or 17 years old. And, again, you know, I can truthfully say, it's like, I don't care for it. It's not my history. It's, not something that I particularly concern myself with at all. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's like, I'm happy everybody's free, and I'm happy there are like no slaves in like civilized parts of the world and all that stuff, but I also don't share the same kind of like, place for it as you guys do, as especially you would. And then again, I would say that, and I don't consider that to be racist. I just consider, me not being part of it, or it not being part of me and my people and my history and my culture. On a similar note, for instance, Russians occupied Latvia for a very, very, very long time. I don't really give a shit about Russians living in Russia, and I'm friends with a lot of Russians. My wife is a Russian. And I don't hold it against anybody in Russia, I guess. But so I don't know. It's just one of those things where we kind of decide ourselves how hot and bothered we get about that stuff. Oh yeah, Sid is here all the time. Sid is a very good friend of mine. Dude, fucking Yelena in arena, I swear to God. But I don't want to fight Yelena's in arena. Shit takes forever. She's still not dead.
I've never.
Yeah, I had that.
Never had to fight
I had that
Yelena
the other day. It's fucking
arena.
irritating. Yeah, of course you haven't. Yeah, you took the easy way out, mate. Just quit.
Fine.
Don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
It's like Super Skull against Yelena, and Super Skull is a champion that, relies on his attack modification and those furies and all that stuff. They're like, fuck this one.
Perfectly balanced champ.
Yet another one of those. And you know what's the worrisome part is, like, Yelena is absolutely dumb champion. Objectively looking at her, she's like fucking dumb, Champion like that also should not exist in the game, and she's not even like top 5 of the problems in the game right now in regards of champion design and stuff. She's like comparatively
Who designed
speaking.
Yelena? Who designed Yelena?
I don't know. It wasn't Yellow. I don't think it was Yellow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She doesn't ignore any masteries, so it wasn't Yellow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I trust you on that one now.
Like, does anybody have a list of DLL's champions I want to check out? I genuinely want to kind of look into this.
Yeah, I feel like it's like most of them.
I do
you
too.
just think of a champion that you dislike. It's probably DLL.
No, I don't think it's like that bad, but because there are some champions. Okay, let's see. What champions are designed DLL? Okay, that is also a very poor statement there, Snoops. So you wouldn't know anything about American history. I can promise you, I know more about American history than a significant portion of American population. Well, maybe not, the existing sentiments and stuff like that. But I do. First of all, I have learned about stuff like that because I do like history, and I also kind of follow the world events a lot, and many of them do involve history. So it's not that I'm unaware of them now. It's just I look at them from distance. Fair enough. Okay, so
I think he means more that Ryan dude.
yeah, no. But I'm saying that a statement like that in general.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Opponents can add decks because Bull Marvel likes to be close to people. That's Photon, same thing. Okay, so
Yellow drunk.
Okay, so Photon, Deathless She-Hulk. Okay, those are kind of reworked buffs. That's not like a new champion release. Mystic Kushala.
Look at 12.
Kushala disables. Okay, Kushala does disable despair, and she doesn't get benefits from
this is
MD.
kinda old, but-
And that's like back in old days. Absorbing Man effectively disables parry under conditions, but okay, that's fine. Let's give him that one.
I didn't know Deathless
Serpent and
Thanos
Deathless Stun.
was
Oh,
DLL.
Deathless Stun is a DLL. Interesting. Okay, Patriot. Patriot disabled bunch
He's
monsters.
got a mutant now, right?
Which did he
DLL does?
design a mutant?
Silver Samurai, right?
Nah, I don't think that was DLL. New Mystic Spidey is DLL, but who else? Callum, who's your favorite champion of the year?
What? Well, hello? What?
Who's your favorite champion of the year?
Carolina.
Really?
Who's your
Yeah.
second favorite champion
Easy.
of the year?
What up, Bispo?
Okoye.
Interesting. Who's your third favorite champion of the year?
I forget the rest of them.
Are you
So,
Renfeld?
Renfeld? Yes, you are, Snoop. Number one.
Yeah.
I ascended Spider-Man 2099 as a 6-star. So now we got him as a 7-star. I wanted to say, it's like... I wanted to see how far down the list we can get up until, like... Not all of them are the ladies.
Oh, I see. Well, I think Jean Grey would have been my next one.
So that's a lady.
Okay, so next one after that.
I've just filtered on my phone, so I'm in the game right now. I'm just looking at
You filtered by
2025.
ladies.
I bet Spider-Woman has to be in top 5.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's-
majority of the. I mean, they're literally. I don't think any of the dudes are. No. Carolina's
I mean,
Spider-Woman.
So
Dark
that
Phoenix,
is where I
Elena,
kind of got. It's like,
Jean Grey.
I don't
Okoye.
blame the Spider-Woman.
honestly, this year champion releases
Yeah.
have been kind of sexist. Because if
You've got
Kabam,
Ivo, Zola,
yeah,
Bastion.
because if Kabam
Gentle,
releases it like
Silva.
a male champion, you can expect it to be like, all right, you know, balanced, decent. If they release a chick this year, oh boy, it's like you can expect, you know, that champ to be fucking amazing.
They really are following the MCU trend still, I guess.
Yeah, that's it, you know,
Exactly, following MCU.
like chick power. Because I mean, like, check this out. These are the champions this year. It's like new Spidey might be an exception, but to be fair,
Smith is taking a shot.
because like, what are the top 5 champions? Like, if we don't look at the new Mystic Spidey right now, it's like top 5 is easily the chicks. You can make an argument for top 8 or 7 being the chicks, in between Okoye, Jean, Spider-Woman, Dark Phoenix, Yelena, Nico, Carolina. Oh, did you were you here, Callum, when I showed you about Kabam's sexism on the HP as well?
Ah, very good, Kellen. He's muted. I don't know. He's typing in chat. Who knows what he's doing?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm muting and coming back.
Oh, he's
What?
back.
Not? What?
because if you take a look at Spider-Verse heroes, right? Up until the Mystic Spidey,
They are not sexist. They just love.
they are
heroes.
absolutely sexy. If you show them by health, like all the dudes have tiny health. Like even still now, even the Mystic Spidey doesn't have any higher HP than any of the ladies. Somehow, it's like, explain this to me. It's like, explain this to me. It's like every single Spider-Man, if he's got dingleberries, he's gonna have less HP than you know.
Because women rule. It's because
It's
women
like-
rule.
I thought, because like, you know, the new Mystic Spider didn't have that low HP. It's still lower than any of the chicks, so. So,
The message.
what do you think of Ursula? I need to check her gameplay videos, because the kit itself, as written, didn't seem too great, to be honest, but apparently she's kind of better to play and easier to understand than it's written out to be.
Yeah, not surprised.
I can't
Biswa,
log out
what's
of 9.4 beta. Well, I haven't tried to log in the 9.4 beta, so I can't help you exactly on that. And then I know there has to be a way. Like, the way I got out of it typically was when I had to log out of the beta and restart the game, basically, or something like that. Or I had to force close it, then log out, and because it was like a bit of a bender type of
Aaron,
affair.
These are not literal spiders. They're barely spiders. They're like 10% spiders, 90% human.
Well, still,
Except for Ham, he's got like
Ham's like a pig.
90% pig.
he's
10%
90%.
spider.
And Ham
He's got
eats
some
humans.
right? 'Cause he stands
By
on
the way,
two
that was
legs.
like the darkest thing like ever, because on their
You got real in
planet,
the lore.
yeah, that's a human hot dog.
I didn't even know he lived on a different planet.
Yeah, that's like a different like universe, different, you know, in multiverse, and in there they farm humans, and you know, animals rule. And that's a human hot dog.
Liberals.
What?
Bloody liberals.
Exactly. Caleb knows what's up. I guess I should have said like fucking vegetarians or vegans or some shit. But those are pretty much the same thing.
There's a like, if there was a Venn diagram, there'd like be a huge overlap.
Yeah, exactly. Like, have you ever met Republican
Conservative vegetarian?
vegan? Yeah, they don't exist.
Well, I haven't met very many conservatives to begin with, because you know that's an American thing.
What do you have in Latvia?
Well, I mean, we don't call them conservatives. We just call them, you know, center-right, center-left party, or right-wing party, left-wing party, that type of thing.
Okay.
Or, like nationalists, for instance. That.
Have you ever met a right-wing vegetarian?
We don't give that
I
much
doubt it.
shit about politics, so we never really ask. Like, that's another like very massive difference. Like in Latvia, it's like we kind of don't give a shit. like
Right.
politics is significantly less relevant in Latvia than it seems to be in States.
Right.
Like, I don't even know who my mom voted
It's
in the last
mostly just
election, type of
fucking-
thing. It's like, and I don't care.
It's mostly just fucking weirdos on the internet.
Yeah, but it's also one thing that's kind of like different in Latvia. For instance, we have like, you know, a dozen political parties, so it's not like as tribal in the sense that, oh, if you're in this
Yeah.
team, you're against us, or if you're for that, you're against us. Because as soon as you have like more than you know 2, 3, it immediately stops being about, you know, come to us, that side's bad, and it becomes more so,
Right.
come here, we're better. You know, we're gonna be better for you.
Right.
Not that, you know, all of those guys are awful, but it's like, this is why you should
And you
come
just
to us.
get like more choice that way.
Yeah.
A lot more choice.
Yeah, and so there's a lot less kind of like hate involved, and a lot less that, you know, oh, those guys are awful, you should completely come to us. And it's like, yeah, we can obviously kind of say, it's like, that party's kind of shit. It's like, why didn't you vote for us? But yeah, as soon as it's not like 2 or 3 parties, it immediately becomes different. There's a lot
Chris
less
was from India, no? I think he is, right?
It's like you might have 3,000 political parties, but you guys have had like the same dude in power for like a decade now, so. I'm just gonna put that out here.
Yeah, the UK is more just like, if you support these party, you're this. If you support that party, you're this, and that's it. End of.
Yeah.
You support these people, you're racist. You support that people, you're left wing.
Oh, that's some
right wing.
That's America basically.
Ooh, war has started.
Really now? You don't have a dude in the world trying to corrupt everyone. I mean, like, I completely agree that there's like a lot, different nuances in those countries, and like when you upscale anything that does bring a lot more issues to the table that otherwise you can kind of get by without addressing. So I'm not like saying those things as like a proof of some sort of intellectuals or moral superiority. I'm just more so saying it as a matter of fact that we're not that crazy about politics, and that is like one of the reasons why. As in like talking or arguing of politics is virtually non-existent in Latvia, as far as I know, in my circle of friends or my immediate family. So again, it's like I'm not offended by it, and not I meant to cause offense or say that like, okay, this is the best way or something like that. But it's more of a reflection on how it is right now. Hope that kind of clarified it. I kind of miss using Valkyrie, albeit now that I think about it, like with the current AI, maybe I don't. One champ you don't like that everybody else does in the game. I'm not legally allowed to say that I don't like Bastion. But I don't think he's as good as everybody makes him out to be.
Casey loves Bastion.
Good luck.
There are a few more. For instance, I hate Onslaught, man. Like, honestly, I think Onslaught's fucking awful champion. From players' enjoyment point of view. Onslaught's amazing, like one of the best champions in game, but I don't like him. Like, I have never had a fight where I was like, oh boy, let me get to use Onslaught, you know what I mean? It's like, Onslaught's definitely one of those, like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to use Onslaught. It's like, alright, it's like, Onslaught's the best for this. And that's fine and fair and all that stuff, but yeah, Onslaught's definitely one of those. I just really don't fucking like to use him at all. Really, 3%. Because he's basically like exactly the type of champion I hate. Because again, there's like this whole build up. He does very little damage on his base hits. There's a lot of timer watching involved and like fairly peculiar playstyle. And yeah, it's not for me.
All right.
See, I don't find him that bad. I think he's quite fun.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I find him to be very good. I definitely don't find him to be fun in any capacity.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, fair enough.
That is, like, Onslaught is one of the top 3 champions in the game. It's just, again, I have never had a fight where I want to use Onslaught. You know what I mean? I will use him when he's, like, the best answer and stuff like that, but I don't like him at all. But he's good. I admit that he's, like,
I'd rather use him than Bastion.
I really liked playing Nefaria.
Oh.
His
Did you
very
get to
special
play
thing.
Nefaria before you quit?
For a very short period of time, yes, I did.
I just took him to rank 4 about
Nefaria?
ago.
I kind of
Yeah,
want to rank for him because he has decent prestige, but I'm waiting for a good moment for that to happen.
Yeah, I
The
just did.
Prestige War.
Yeah, I just did Nefaria. Before that was Hood, but that was because Hood was Sig 200. And then it was Surfer before that.
I did Surfer very recently too. It felt filthy.
That was one of my alliance mates' arguments for me doing Surfer. I was like, I don't really want to do it. And it was like, well, it's prestige and your friend KT has done it, so you might as well do it. So I was like, fine, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, man. Next, you'll be jumping off bridges.
Exactly, you know what I mean? He jumps off bridges, I jump off bridges.
Well,
Yeah.
I know a couple of nice ones. I have done quite a bit of arena.
They're jealous of me, Saif.
This is like the first time I remember Mordor throwing a level 2 whilst he has power gain buff on.
Right?
That never happens.
That's like Mordo blasphemy.
And now it's like, it's almost as if AI is different.
Yeah, that AI is getting deleted. That little branch for Mordor there, they delete that one.
Like, that leads me to believe that that was defective AI.
Yeah.
I still like you know, that line, like, we have never actively changed the AI. Is I think, you know, I'm gonna remember long after this game has died. I'm gonna, like, it's one of those things that, you know, I'm gonna randomly remember in 10 years and chuckle to myself.
10 years? You remember that in fucking retirement?
Probably. It's gonna be like, holy shit, they actually said that.
In your rocking chair at 70 years old, rocking back and forth, laughing your fucking ass off.
Like,
yeah, dude.
I mean, it is just, like, I mean, that is that level of fucking dumb and gaslighting. That is, you know, that's gaslighting. Like,
gaslighting is overused these days, but it's not when it comes to this fucking shit.
When it comes to Kabam, it absolutely isn't. Like, everything they did about Spider-Woman's tune-up, it was fucking gaslighting. Like, everything around it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't disagree that she needed some kind of, like, tuning down, because it was bullshit that on defend Venom, for fuck's sake, like, that's bullshit, but, like, fucking be honest with what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, I don't necessarily think that she needed as much of a tune down, you know, as I think that there were some very unfortunate interactions that existed with her, but you could have easily adjusted, like, that AW node, and for the most part you'd been fine. But I was like, okay, fine, you know what, you know, you can get an argument that, you know, yeah, okay, if you have, like, Venom or, you know, champions that design counters, like, shouldn't kind of fail that. Because unlike Domino, you know, the counters didn't have inbuilt ability not to fail those things, type thing. But, you know, everything, starting with how they went about it and, like, what did they say about it and all that stuff, it was just so full of, you know, shit. That...
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Speaking of Domino, that's another rank 4 I just done.
Really? I'm thinking of doing rank 4 Domino because she's Sig 200 and she'd still help my prestige more than most others.
Yeah, that's why I did it. That's one of the reasons why I did it, but she can still be a bitch.
Yeah, and rank 3 Domino just isn't scary anymore. Rank 4 Domino, sure.
No.
But when you have so many rank 4s running around, even, like, non-counters nuke her well enough for her not to be impactful.
Oh, they do?
Like my last beat G's match I did with, I put my Domino down and someone used Bastion and I still managed to win the round.
Oh, yeah.
She does her thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, it's just Bastion's that shit.
So, yeah, I'm just getting up on my phone now.
See?
So I used a 6-star Kate against an unduped rank 3 Zola, and I beat a rank 4 Bastion versus my rank 4 Dominant.
I mean, that's typical Bastion losing to a fucking 6-star.
Exactly. So maybe KT's right in hitting Bastion.
Yeah, no, he's
Something he's right.
shit.
Bastion is objectively amazing Alliance War champion. But he's objectively mediocre at best for Battlegrounds. And it's like, I swear to God, I still get so much hate for that. I don't know, Bastion's amazing for like fucking Battlegrounds. Like, yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, how many of those people said that before they ever played him? And then they kept saying that because they invested into Bastion and then realized, holy shit, he was right the whole time. But now they're so...
I have seen like one good-looking Bastion fight against, you know, and that's it. I have seen like one good Bastion
Against
fight.
anyone.
Yeah, ever. I mean, ever. Because, you know, I have lost a couple of rounds to Bastion, but it was like when I completely fucked up and like got KO'd, I lost like half the health. But in general, like Bastion against Onslaught's like 76 seconds and like 85% health. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not fucking great, is it? Or like Bastion against, you know, Captain Britain, and that's like fucking, you know, God knows how long and also, it's like, I haven't seen one good Bastion fight ever.
Wait, what was that?
It was
That's
like,
actually really bad.
yeah, it's
That matchup you were talking about with Bastion and Onslaught?
yeah.
That's actually pretty bad.
Well, I mean, like, it always depends on meta in general, but yeah, I mean, it's just most of the time it goes bad. And every time I mention something like that, and I have like 5 people who's like, oh, I do this with Bastion all the time and stuff like that, I do that with Bastion all the time. It's like maybe, but, you know, in that case, you know, everybody in that match who has a rank 4 Bastion must suck, you know, not using him or something.
Yeah.
And that is fundamentally like why I, you know, kind of formed my opinion in the first place. Is just about every Bastion fight that I saw was like quite poor. And like had a 33-second Bastion versus Onslaught yesterday, rank 4 versus rank. It's like, maybe you did. Sure. But I haven't seen that one.
Are you sure you're lying?
I mean, like, I believe it can happen. What I'm gonna say is like, what's the best way to put this? You had that fight and you will have an example, and I'm like, okay, so that is a possibility. Potentially, right? It doesn't change the fact that just about every Bastion against Onslaught fight I have seen has been significantly more shit. So it doesn't even like bother me, because like, I'm like, okay, you know, it can happen. Fine. It almost never does.
Yeah, no, I'm with you now, KT. I'm also a Bastion hater.
I don't hate Bastion. Again, I think he's a very good Alliance War champion. I don't think he's good for Battlegrounds. That is it. That, you know, that is all.
Okay. Okay. Okay, buddy.
Okay, this fight's gonna last a while too, probably.
What does KT hate?
I hate nobody,
You're
nothing.
Pussy. Oh, look at this guy. Imbalanced in the chat. He just said it. See you later.
Alright, Bastion is a good like one. To be fair, this was kind of leading.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's okay.
Imbalanced. Come on.
Guess what?
But he said the word.
I mean, of
He
course.
said Bastion. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, gulag him.
I don't
I'm
make the rules.
balanced. You're okay.
No, he's
Okay,
not okay.
maybe.
He's imbalanced.
Oh. You need your pinky.
I played with him in DSVG for a bit. He's a very nice man.
Yeah,
I'm
just
sure
wish
he
he
is,
was
but
balanced.
that's a bad word. Yeah. Does he like walk crooked or some shit? Like he's
Does he
like,
what?
walk crooked?
Oh right, yeah. He's wonky as fuck, mate. But it's still
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Samir?
What do you
Like
want,
last
Samir?
couple of years, I started kind of following NBA a little bit, which is kind of weird. I never expected
really?
it, but I did after Porzingis got traded to Boston, and I just kind of kept following afterwards. I don't care about
WNBA as
Boston
well?
Celtics anymore, though.
Or do you just watch it for the dildo throwing? WNBA as well?
Oh fuck no. Why?
You just watch it for the the dildo on the court clips, that type of shit.
I still don't understand what you
You
mean.
don't know about that?
Hmm?
Apparently it was a few months ago. They might still be doing it, but it was a trend to throw dildos onto WNBA basketball games, throw them onto the court.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But no. Just the NBA.
Just. Well, you're missing out, man.
Apparently so. I do like to watch WNBA late highlights and shorts though. That's why hilarious. Especially the Angel Reese highlights. So she'll miss like 8 layups and get her own rebound just to miss another fucking layup.
Yes. Yeah, bro. They got to get some of the trans people on there.
Yeah, I wanted to say like,
And maybe
you know,
it'll be entertaining.
like while it's still a thing, you know, Trump was onto something. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, LeBron's bound to retire. Imagine like 40 fucking 5-year-old Braun dominating WNBA. I mean, like, way more people would watch that immediately. So you kind of backlash one from Twitch ban them. I mean, they're not blaming the
Why would
players.
the blame the players?
Well, I mean, they kind of,
What
like,
do you
to
mean,
be
why?
fair, it's like, well, to be fair, they did use players as justification for the ban. Let me explain.
Wait, they did?
Kind of. They were like, I mean, like, let me explain. I'm gonna bring
Oh
up the
my
post.
god.
They basically
Jesus.
explained that the only reason they got banned is because they wanted what's best for the players.
Because they wanted to help us.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went.
Jesus
Let me-
Christ.
Just let me.
Last time we
provide-
did something nice for you guys, we got banned. So there will be no more nice
It's like,
things.
no, it's like. Let me
This is
find
why
it.
you can't have nice things, guys.
There was a post and they did kind of justify it as.
Jesus. Why is there even a post on the forums? Like, why are they justifying the ban to us?
Because people are asking,
That's
you know,
not
what
that
about
way.
my Twitch drops?
Oh.
Okay, comments. Okay, so here's the post, I believe. Oh no, it's not this one. I'm saying.
We literally cause all of their problems. Shit. That's not how you spell that.
What do you write,
oh, yeah.
James?
Okay, so here
I'm
you go.
replying to David.
Good morning,
Let's get to
folks.
it.
Okay, shh. Good morning, folks. As mentioned earlier, is this where I say ban for? But yeah, just one day temporary ban. We're looking into options, see if we can appeal and what we'll do when it's up. As several folks noted, the restreams are purely to try and help. Like, here's the thing, because they got banned for the restreaming the live went and still having the Twitch drops
Right.
able on them, because that's against Twitch's TOS. You can't, you know, not be live and not doing something live and have the Twitch drops enabled. You can't, like, you know, put a video in a loop with Twitch drops active with the sole purpose of, you know, farming out Twitch drops. And so the response was, as folks noted, the restreams are purely to try and help folks in different time zones or who may have had other commitments or understandably can't dedicate 12 hours of the weekend to watching to get the rewards. So that's, you know, why they got banned. And so it's like, so are purely to try and help folks. It's like, the thing is though, if it would be purely to try and help folks, it would have been a promo code, or it would have been 2 hours instead of 12, you know, or it would have been something else. So it wasn't purely to try and help people.
Imagine watching it.
It was, I would argue, to kind of like get as much of a viewership as possible for as long as possible on their stream. But and then later on the topic of 12 hours in isolation, it's a lot more than one thing for sure. But yeah, the idea was there to read rewards every 2 or 3 hours. And again, it's like, it could have been just like 2 hours, right? Kind of thing. Or it could have been a promo code. Or it could have been something. But no. So, but yeah, so it's like the basically saying, only reason we got banned it because it was purely to help players.
They're so altruistic.
Yeah, it's like... Nah, you should have seen Kabam Dork reply. What does Kabam Dork reply? Is it the same thread?
Oh no.
One second, I'll find Kabam Dork reply. Let me just find Kabam Dork in the first place.
I hope it wasn't something dumb. Other than his jokes. I thought Dave was actually kind of cool. But my opinion might be about to change.
Okay. Kabam Dork. Comments. Loki doing the event for 15 hours, but only requiring 12 to get full rewards. Oh yeah, this is better. Oh, this is... Low-key forcing players to watch 12 hours just for some rewards seemed a bit sadistic to me anyways. And then Dork answered with, low-key doing an event for 15 hours but only requiring 12 to get full rewards when our normal live streams with much less valuable content are usually an hour but require 45 minutes for full rewards. Definitely sadistic stuff, especially with the increased value in items the longer you watched. You see, we originally only ever gave the rewards for people who watched live and live only. We pivoted for you all. We didn't have to set up restreaming, but we did because you all asked for it.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm gonna make a video on this post for sure.
Take that last sentence out. Take that last sentence out of it, and that's acceptable. Don't you think? If you take that last sentence out of it, it's acceptable.
I don't think that capitalizing that, but we pivoted for you and capitalizing you is also the type of language.
The last two.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
that'd
be the last three. Well, look at the periods. That's the third to last sentence.
Man, I can't see. I've had way too much to drink.
But yeah.
Oh. Is that bad, huh?
Alright, take those last three sentences.
Well, good for you, big man. Good for you, bro.
I'm probably gonna cover this. Additionally, though, it's like, see what I got? But I can have a drink too if I want.
This post reminds me of my ex. I could have a drink.
This post reminds me of my ex.
Yeah.
So what did you
Really,
say?
you got like 3, 4, or 10 of those, right?
I mean, I have a lot.
Right?
I have other and bigger bottles, but yeah. Girls will never be able to gaslight me in the future. I'm an MCOC player. Yeah, I mean, at least you do learn to recognize it. Yeah. I do have some marina crystals I can open now. Did you guys see there's also like a forum post of somebody who went to the
Oh god, yeah, I know exactly.
Summoner Fest, and they're like, fuck this, I quit the game immediately afterwards because he was basically saying like everybody there was a dick.
Yeah, no, that's true, man.
Yeah,
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, he was saying he was like, he's got some health issues, and yeah.
It was like quite like big thing and quite big ordeal for him to make it there, and he's like, and nobody even bothered to like kind of say hello or, you know, barely replied to me and stuff like that. And he was like, I felt so bad in that event that
he talking about
I left the day early.
Staff?
Huh?
Just like developers and people who work on the game? Is that who he's talking about, or is he talking about like?
Mainly about them, yeah. Mainly about Kabam.
Yeah.
He said he basically got to interact with any of them, but
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it, and Crash replied on his post saying something like, "Oh, we didn't mean like we were interacting with as many people as we could, and we apologise if we missed you, etc." But
you know, still, like, I mean, if you make, I mean, obviously I don't know the details of it, but it must have been fairly bad if it was like bad enough to make him like cut a trip day short.
Yeah, no, I think full well that they were doing what they do and just saying hello to all the people that they recognised and just ignoring the people.
Exactly.
Exactly. This dude felt it.
Yeah, Summoner's Fest and why I quit MCOC. Because I genuinely think they were like friendly with the people that, you know, had YouTube channels or that they knew somewhat about or had some sort of name, but they, like casual players. And, you know, I walked past Dave and Mike like 50 times, 0 times a day you even get a welcome smile from either or something like that. And, you know.
Goddamn.
And he was like, yeah, so he felt that so shit, he just uninstalled the game. They left a day early. He's like, fuck it, you know. Few genuine polite interactions we all made different. Again, maybe the guy's like very introvert and I don't know exactly what happened there, obviously, because I wasn't there. But still, I mean, like...
No, I mean, how many people say they stick with the game because of the social interactions they get from it?
I was thoroughly disappointed by the in-person experience, Summoner's Fest, and I don't mean streaming content. The Kabam employees seemed desperate to avoid making eye contact in 8 hours. I had a grand total of 2 polite interactions. I saw every Kabam employee dozens of times. Not a single one even acknowledged my existence. Zero smiled and said, hey, thanks for coming to the Summoner's Fest. I see this as the smallest polite interaction possible. I didn't want to know any secrets or even complain. I walked past them and Mike 50 times, 0 times that gave me a smile. Meanwhile, I watched them having large enthusiastic interactions with other attendees, content creators and brawl contestants. The contrast was stark. The overall experience was so unfriendly and isolating that I cut my trip short and drive home instead of attending on Sunday. Today I quit my alliance and deleted the game. It wasn't a huge crowd. Anyone in attendance saw me dozens of times, hobbling around with a friendly smile. This trip carried an immense physical toll to me because of his health issues, and a few genuine polite interactions would have made all the difference. So there you go. I mean, it's a shitty story. It really is. And again, at the same time, I'm not surprised because they do give off that, you know, elitist, artificial, superficial type vibe to me. At the very least, a lot of them do. Like, you can see when people smile with dead eyes. And I do think that's exactly what happened there. The guy wasn't like a whale, or he wasn't a content creator, or he wasn't, you know, from like a very well-known alliance or a contestant or something like that. And I think, you know, they just didn't give much of a shit about him being there. So there you go. Anyways, that's it for tonight's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next one. Hello there.